save their homes. That's right, these fires are threatening homes at this time, and you can see a lot of smoke in the area causing all kinds of visibility issues, and the winds are what are fanning these flames. So almost impossible for the firefighters to battle the flames because winds are gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour. It's a mess out there, and it looks as if the winds are going to start dying down tomorrow. We've got the front that's going to pass on through, so that's some good news. Let's take you to the west and tell you about this next system that has plowed on into Washington State and Oregon, also Northern California. We're talking about some very wet times here. In fact, it's going to be a bit of a problem with some mudslides and landslides for some of those areas. You may even have to call ahead of time. I know a lot of travelers out there. If you're traveling from Seattle to Snoqualmie Pass, as we mentioned, was closed for a time because of a lot of accidents, a lot of problems with the roadways because of the snow and the ice covering those roadways. So it is definitely at the pass level. Noticing in Ukiah and San Francisco and Oakland, it's a rain event for you guys as well. So we're talking plenty of rain. We're also talking about it spreading all across the Sacramento Valley, the Napa Valley, back towards Lake Tahoe, getting a bit of a mix for you. Rain and snow. Very highest elevations of the Sierra, going to be talking about a foot of snow. And throughout the week, we may wind up with 4 or 5 feet of snow in some locations. That's how much we're anticipating. Salt Lake City getting a bit of a breather today. Park City also back towards Jackson Hole, Wyoming. A little bit nicer today than it was yesterday when you were being dumped with all that snow. Of course, a lot of folks say, come on, bring it on. We're off all week. It sounds good. And we just want to hit those ski slopes and do a little snowboarding, maybe some snowmobiling in Yellowstone. Looks like it should be good times for that. As far as temperatures go, it's going to be a mild one. In Denver, Colorado, it's already 54 degrees mid-afternoon, looking nice, and about 50 degrees in Billings, Montana. Now, let's talk about your forecast. Wow, doesn't look like it changes much. The only change is that we bring the precipitation back into Salt Lake City. So you'll get a mix of rain and snow. Park City, the benches, and on into Alta, going to be talking about snow. And you'll see snow into Jackson Hole, Wyoming as well. Look for wind in Reno in addition to the rain, and just a snow event for the Shastas and the Siskiyous on into the Sierra. Well, that's the deal across the west. Let's take you to the northeast, where we're going to find a much nicer day today than yesterday. Temperatures are still a little on the cool side, but actually running a little milder than average for this time of year. 38 degrees in Boston right now, 45 in Philadelphia. So not too bad if you want to get out and enjoy the day. Do a little sightseeing, maybe do some shopping, check out some of those bargains. You let the crowds do it yesterday. Today it might not be quite as crowded. Now, tomorrow the winds die down. We bring in some clouds, but most of the rain will be to the west of the big cities. So if you want to do some sightseeing there on the Mall in D.C., tomorrow should be a nice day for it. Some good picture-taking weather because it won't be the blazing sunshine. But we are anticipating rain by the afternoon on the Parkway West. And yes, we'll see rain into Detroit as well as Cleveland. That's all part of this next system. It will be affecting the New England area by Thursday. So make your plans accordingly. Now, as we head to the Midwest, we can tell you about a foggy time of it in Minnesota. This is Albert Lea, Minnesota, where it was rough going this morning. You could barely see a 1/16 of a mile. Well, now things are getting a little bit better, and we do have a better forecast tomorrow. As the system will move through and kind of mix up the atmosphere, we won't have as much air stagnation, so that's some good news. As far as temperatures go, oh my goodness, it's right at the freezing mark in Minneapolis. It's about 46, however, in Chicago, so quite a bargain for this time of year to see 46 in Chicago. Typically, you're sitting at about 31 for a high, so this is way off the charts for you. Expect some rain in Chicago tomorrow, so that shows you it's going to be another mild day. We don't have to worry about the snow, but you will have to worry about some rain in Detroit and Kalamazoo and back towards Louisville and Cleveland, with Minneapolis checking in a little bit warmer at 35. All right, as we talked about in the south, we have got a big problem with the fires and the very strong winds. We're also talking about some very hot temperatures. Look at this, and again, shots out of Tarrant County, Texas. Just a massive effort going on to contain this wildfire. This is not the only wildfire, by the way. We've also had reports of problems throughout the rest of Texas and also into Oklahoma. So the fires just fanning these existing flames and just been so tinder dry in that area. In addition to the very, very hot temperatures, it's been a mess and a very dangerous situation. 81 degrees right now in Dallas. Can you imagine fighting a fire with the heat and also the very windy conditions, 40, 50 mile per hour winds, just not helping at all. 80 degrees right now in Brownsville. It's in the 60s in Atlanta. Well, not a whole lot of precipitation in the forecast. That's another problem. But I'll tell you, we do have some changes in store. And it starts tomorrow as that front picks up some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We bring some rain into Atlanta by the afternoon. And you'll probably see rain on into Asheville, North Carolina. Well, that's the way things are shaping up across the country. Still, we are going to continue to give you weather wisdom. So continue to stay tuned here, and we will keep you advised as to what is going on. And take a look at this question. In which year did New York City have its biggest snowfall on record? All right, check out the answers and see what you are going to decide on.